RJ, obviously not the result you guys wanted, but it felt like the defense left everything they possibly had. Maybe one of the better performances we've seen in years, considering the opposing offense. Just what were your kind of thoughts on how you guys played and were able to really kind of slow their offense down?
Yeah, man, I thought we played really well. And I think we played complimentary football for the most part of that game, man. And obviously, like you said, it wasn't the result that we obviously wanted, but I think it's just a great thing for our team to build off and build confidence, gain confidence, understand that they have the ability to play tough opponents. But it's all the small details, and it's the game comes down to just a handful of plays, and they won the margin, those handful.
You and Brennan did a really good job kind of forcing Penix off his spot, maybe not a ton of sacks, but what do you think you were doing against their tackles to kind of to force him to do that, make him throw the ball away, or make him just kind of make errant throws as is?
I mean, we didn't change anything just for these tackles, man. We knew they were going to be good, but we knew we were also very good players as well. So we just attacked them what we usually do. I don't think there's any players that are going to make us switch our entire style of play just for them. So we just went out and did our regular things.
Just want to specifically ask about Jamori Coulson. He steps into a starting role, and by all accounts, looks like he played a fantastic game considering the receiver he's matched up against. Just where have you maybe seen him grow into a guy that didn't have a lot of fall camp because he was finishing his classes, but obviously he's grown pretty tremendously to play the way he did today.
Absolutely. I mean, it's all about being ready for your moment, man. And last week he was called on, and this week he was called on, and he was just ready for the moment, man. And shout out Maury, man. He played a hell of a game, and I'm really, really excited for his future and his ability for his career.
What has your mind been the last 30, 40 minutes as you kind of try to process this game this season so far?
Yeah, man, it's all over, man. It's just like a real final thing, You see that scoreboard, you see what it came down to, It's just there's not much you can really do about it, man. I mean, I just think about all the memories I made with this team. I love every man in that locker room. I love every coach in that locker room. I just love everyone that's been a part of me on this journey. I'm so thankful for everyone. I'm thankful for my parents, anyone that's helped me get to where I am right now. I couldn't be more thankful for.
When you can look back to this season, the last 3 months or so, what kind of come to mind as you kind of think about this down the road?
Yeah, just the memories made, man. And we'll look back, and this won't be one of the most successful seasons that we've had at Washington State. But I mean, just as a player, as someone in that locker room, as someone just on this team, man, I've had such a great connection with the people in that locker room, man. And those are my brothers for life. I love those guys. I always support those guys. And it sounds dumb, but it was the most fun I've ever had while being having so many losses, those guys, we came to work every day, and it was never woe is me. We're all just ready. And obviously a lot of those games didn't go our way, but there was never quit. There was always fight, and I just love those guys.
I can't help but notice your T-shirt. Could you tell us about the sort of nature and character of this rivalry from the player perspective? If you think that'll continue next year?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think everyone knows if you're in the state of Washington, what the value of the Apple Cup. I think when I first committed here, my first question is, why'd you commit, and are we going to win the Apple Cup? That was the second one. I was like, what is the Apple Cup? I'm from California. Once you get here, you just get brought into such a tradition, an intense tradition, and which is so important to everyone that's from this state, and I mean, I think obviously we have a lot to look forward to for this rivalry in these games. Obviously those games got confirmed for whenever and wherever they are, so I'm excited for the Cougs to go out there and compete in those.
What was your perspective on the ref and the passer call there? Your coach, she said it was maybe a BS call. Were you surprised to see a flag come out after that?
Yeah, I mean, I sat there, and if I thought it was going to be roughing the passer, I obviously wouldn't have hit him. I know the situation of the game. I, pride myself in being a bit of a savvy player. That's just, I have no control over the call. Maybe looking back, I don't do it. Maybe looking back, if it happened again, I'd probably do it again. I think that was the situation that it was in, and I didn't think it was a late hit, but obviously I'm not the one with the flag in my hand. So, yeah, I don't really know what else. I think it was a bad call, but I was also involved with it. So.
One more for
on Stone.
Ron, I know you were talking about how, the final game you're in a Cougs uniform, but can you look back at this game and say that you left it all on the field today and the team as a whole left it all up there?
Absolutely, man. I mean, obviously, there's certain things you wish you could get back, right? There's a certain call you wish you could change, a certain catch that you wish was caught. Just there's always many things, but as far as the effort and attitude of all the men on that team, man, I couldn't ask for anyone else to be out there with us, man. Again, I've said it who knows how many times at this point. I love this team, man, and I'm glad I got to go out there and compete one last time with them.